everybody, Mntdewmania here, and welcome back to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Sorry I had to make you wait on this. I've been trying some different stuff out on my channel, and I was getting anxious to get back to this, so I thought I'd jump back into it. And I know Endertux is going to just love me for it because he gets anxious when I leave him hanging with cliffhangers. So, last time you remember, this secret host, whoever it is, pretty much accused everybody of everything. Murder, hiding bodies, oh my God. So, all these people that got brought to this island under false pretenses, and each of them seemed to have their own story why they came here. They've all been accused of murder by the mysterious host. So, if you remember, Mrs. Rogers had just collapsed upon hearing the news that her husband isn't what she thought he was, or I think she knew, just the truth came out. So, Dr. Armstrong here has moved her to her room, and if you remember, we were going to get the doctor his bag, so that's where we will start out. Let's see what happens. Here you go, Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. I am in your debt. Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient.
Okay, well, excuse me. Okay, I guess we will check in later. Let's go. Everybody should still be in the parlor. Let's go check out the parlor. Is this the parlor? Yeah, this goes out to the hall, right? Yeah, okay. This house is like... Have you ever watched the movie Clue? This is what that reminds me of. It's just like twisty tunnels and hallways and just things going around. Alright, come on, dude, walk. No, this is the billiard room. Where's the parlor? Is that the parlor? Maybe? The parlor? No, this is, Oh, no, this is the office. Okay. Alright, hold on till I find the parlor.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner.
That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip. Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
Okay. I tell you what, that judge just don't like me at all. What's up?
Any truth to the accusation against you?
It's a matter of interpretation, you understand. But I'd have to say, yes.
Okay.
Will you tell me how it happened?
Elderly woman. Poor devil. I'd been up all night with an emergency case. My nerves were shot, hands shaking. But I had to operate. I had to try and save her. I had a pick-me-up or two to steady myself, but I bungled it. It wasn't the drink, I swear. It was an accident. Could have happened to anyone in my profession.
Uh-huh.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Owen sent me a note, asking me to have a look at his wife, who's been suffering from arthritis and muscle spasms.
What was the gossip concerning the Seton case?
I'm not one to spread gossip to just anyone.
Oh,
a man
no.
as distinguished as Justice Wargrave. If I was certain about it, perhaps. But I'm not.
Good evening, Doctor.
Well, you know what? Excuse me, I'm not certain of you either. Good Lord. How rude. Okay. They know you used to be... Let's go back. I want to make sure and talk to everybody. Can I talk to everybody? Where is everybody? No, I want to talk to everybody. Oh, here's everybody. Okay. Alright. Everybody start talking.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
The name sounded vaguely familiar. I expect it will come to me.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Got a wire from a pal of mine, Badger Barkley. Surprised me at the time because I had an idea the old horse had gone to Norway. Told me to roll up here.
Thanks, Marston. Any truth to the accusation against you?
There isn't a word of truth in it. Miss Brady was always in poor health. Always. From the time we came to her.
Will you tell me how it happened?
There was a storm, as fierce as the one brewing outside right now when she was taken bad. The telephone was out of order. I went for the doctor on foot, but he got there too late.
Were you mentioned in the will?
Barely. Certainly not what we were led to believe. She was just saying it, you see, to ensure our devotion to her. Beg pardon. I'm not sure what came over me just then. The strain of tonight, I expect, and worry over Mrs. Rogers, of course.
Of course.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Isn't that obvious, sir? My wife and I were hired through an agency in Plymouth. Manservant, housekeeper, cook. That's what we are.
I appreciate your candor, Mr. Rogers.
I don't think there was any candor involved in any of these people, to be honest with you. Come on, how do I... Gotta circle around the... Oh, here we go. Oh, let's talk to the judgy poo here. Oh, okay. Let's keep it in order. Talk to him and him. Alright, let's talk to you.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Beatrice Taylor was in service with me. Not a nice girl, as I found out too late. Loose. No morals whatsoever.
Of course not.
Will you tell me how it happened?
It was some time before I found out she was what they call in trouble. Her parents were decent folk, too. I'm glad to say they did not condone her behavior when I told them of it.
What happened to Beatrice?
Naturally, I did not keep her an hour under my roof. No one shall ever say that Emily Brent condoned immorality.
Oh, of course
How
not.
did she die?
Not content with having one sin on her conscience, she committed a still graver sin. She took her own life, threw herself in the river. If she had behaved like a decent young woman, she'd be alive today.
You have no regrets?
She made an excellent breakfast. I miss that. Fresh juice every day.
Oh, good Lord.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I received a letter with a signature that was not very easy to read. It purported to be from a woman I'd met at a certain summer resort 2 or 3 years ago. I am quite certain I have never met or become friendly with anyone of the name of Owen.
I overheard you mention St. Trednick to Miss Claythorne.
I was staying at a seaside hotel near St. Trednick this same week of August 4 years ago. That boy Cyril Hamilton drowned near there. It was the talk of the town. His half-brother was much older. Hugo, I think his name was. Cyril was a vile child, by all accounts, but first in line for the family title and estates. When he died, it all went to Hugo. He was just about Miss Claythorne's age. There was talk of something between them.
You're suggesting Vera let the boy drown so the man she loved could inherit?
That would be idle gossip. I don't indulge in idle gossip.
Of course not.
I've only told you the facts of the case as I remember them.
Good evening to you, Miss Brent.
Well, it's my experience that you can have 10 people in a room and a purple zebra can walk in and everybody will see something different.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Look, Narracott, if that's what you want to call yourself. The rules have changed. Can't you see that? The past is past. It's the present we should be worrying about. Something is not right here.
Will you tell me how it happened?
All right. Perhaps I was doing the odd favor for the Purcells. But if your brother was framed, I had nothing to do with it. Yes, they paid me to perjure myself about Landor. Thanks to them, I was able to put enough away to set up my own detective agency. Nothing fancy, but I've been straight ever since, I swear.
Landor died.
He got penal servitude for life and died in Dartmoor a year later. Not my fault he was such a delicate man.
Good Lord.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I run a little detective agency in Plymouth these days. I'm on a job to protect Mrs. Owen's jewels, the letter said. Mrs. Owen, my foot. I don't believe there's any such person.
Good evening, Mr. Bloor.
I'm beginning to think like you, son.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
I admit it's a ghastly story, but I can't say it's wrong. Owen did his research well. The accusation is absolutely true.
Will you tell me how it happened?
Oh, it was written up in the papers at the time. A story of self-preservation, pure and simple. A hunting party lost in the bush. The great white hunter checks the food supplies, assesses his chances, and clears out on his own.
Leaving 21 men to die.
Not very Puka Sahib, I'm afraid.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Owen's attorney, a man named Archibald Morris, rang up one day. Wanted to give me 100 guineas to join this house party. I was to put myself at Owen's disposal in case my rather specialized talents were required.
What are they?
What specialized talents would those be?
You might say I'm a good man in a scrap.
That'll be all, Mr. Lombard.
Now see, I feel very sorry for General Mackenzie. He's so sad.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Fellow got hold of a detestable rumor, nothing more. Arthur Richmond was one of my officers. I sent him on a reconnaissance, he was killed. Natural course of events in wartime.
I am indebted to you for your help, General Mackenzie. Any truth to the accusation against you?
About that child, Cyril Hamilton. I was nursery governess to him.
Will you tell me how it happened?
I'd like to tell you. Cyril was forbidden to swim out far. One day, my attention was distracted. I couldn't get there in time. It was awful. But it wasn't my fault. At the inquest, the coroner exonerated me. Oh, and his mother. She was so kind. If she didn't blame me, why should this awful thing be said?
Are you sure you're telling me everything?
No.
I'm telling you all I'm going to, Mr. Narracott.
Well, that's a big difference than telling you everything.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I was engaged through an agency to be Mrs. Owen's secretary. Nothing remarkable in that, is there?
A good evening to you, Miss Claythorne. Stay safe.
Well, not that I realize that most secretaries don't wear evening gowns.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
I remember Seaton perfectly well. Playwright, charged with the murder of a chorus girl. He was found guilty, hung himself in his cell 3 days later, saved the Crown the expense of doing it for him.
I am grateful for your assistance, Judge Wargrave.
Ah, man. I don't know. See, some of the people... What's this? Some of the people... Ooh. Okay, I have to remember that.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. See, some people just readily, okay, yeah, the facts are true. Some people, my God, that they're just, nothing happened, I didn't do it. Where is that? Let's go check. Maybe we can talk to Mrs. Rogers. Let's go check on her really, really quick. Where the hell am I now? It's easy to get lost in this house. I think I can go through here. I need to go over here. Yes, let's run. Let's talk to her, see if she can even talk. that doctor did say she would be kind of drugged, so we probably won't get anything out of her.
Now
Well,
is not the time for chatter.
Well,
I don't think she's in the mood for conversation.
her feet are twitching, so I guess that's something. Okay, I want to look. I want to look at that record that was playing. That's what I got to find. So let me find that and I'll be right back. Okay, it's out here in the foyer. I want to...
Interesting history Shipwreck Island has. I studied up on it before I came down.
What are the names of those two people I'm accused of killing?
John and Lucy Combs. I made a note of it.
Must have been a couple of kids I ran over near Cambridge. Beastly bad luck.
For them or for you?
Well, I was thinking for me, but of course you're right, sir. It was damned bad luck on them. Of course it was a pure accident. They rushed out of some cottage or other. Beastly nuisance. English roads are hopeless, of course. Can't get up a decent pace on them. Well, anyway, it wasn't my fault.
What? Okay. Kind of nonchalant about people dying, isn't he? Yeah, I'll take you another drink. Uh-oh. What? 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 Oh!
This man is dead.
Holy crap! That was quick! Wow! Okay. Oh my god. Well, that was unexpected. We just found out a few facts. I mean, some people are saying, yeah, the story's true. Some people, no. And then, let's see if we can look at this record.
This could use a closer look.
Hello? Goodbye. Okay.
I wonder what's recorded on this side.
Oh, okay. We'll save that for next time. I guess we'll stop here. Man, what is going on? People are dropping like flies. Okay, guys, I will take this up next time. Put your thoughts in the comments below. Am I still being naive when it comes to the Colonel? Should I suspect him more, or is he? That's the judge here is just. I mean, he's just one of those people. I mean, he's been in authority so long. I mean, he's just, kind of brutally straight and, hey, they did wrong, hang them. The doctor, don't know what to make of him. Certainly don't know what to make of the dead guy on the ground. Tell me your thoughts. This is Mntdewmania, and this is Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. I'm so out of here. Later, guys.